From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Over the weekend, we had some pretty hot and dry weather, which meant that at the very least, the Williams Mine fire started acting up. We don't have that much information on the Canyon fire. More on that in a second. But first, for the Williams Mine fire, it's now officially over 13,000 acres. Containment held pretty steady at 31%. And we still have some active hotspots on the northern and eastern flank of the fire. Then for the Canyon fire burning in southern Morrow County, we didn't really, again, like I said, we didn't really get a lot of information from this fire. The last update we had from Friday said that this one was 190 acres. Not much known about containment, but hopefully we get some fresher information on this a little bit later today. Right now, temperatures are spanning from the 50s to even some low 70s, right at 70 degrees officially in the Tri-Cities. We're in the 50s, though, for the Yakima Valley, so some of us will certainly need a light jacket for this morning. But a little bit later today, it's going to be another hot day. Still pretty hazy out there, but the air quality will improve into Tuesday, and it'll improve even more on Wednesday as the chances for rain are going up and temperatures are going down. So I'll show you some more fall-like weather coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a murder suspect on the run accused of murdering his girlfriend. Authorities urging anyone with information to come forward. Details coming up.
Demolition and construction of a new playground at Howard Amon Park starts today. We've got the details on what officials are planning to add. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Monday, September 9th. How was your weekend, Jessica?
It was good. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to.
Oh, no.
But, you know, it's okay.
That's always the goal. Try to get as much sleep on the weekends
is
as
usually
possible.
when we catch up on our sleep debt because we don't, you know, working morning show. You don't get a lot of sleep during the week.
Definitely not getting those 8 hours.
Not this weekend. We'll try again next weekend. Well, starting off your top stories this morning, authorities are still searching for a Yakima man suspected in the shooting death of a woman in Wapato.
Deputies with the Yakima County Sheriff's Office were called to the 100 block of Mellis Road Friday morning for a report of domestic violence and gunshots. A woman was found with gunshot wounds and she died of her injuries.
The Sheriff's Office says the suspect, 45-year-old Gianni Philip Alemo, is considered dangerous. He was last seen driving a white 2018 Cadillac XTS, and his car was located Friday afternoon in Wapato, but he is still missing. Contact police or Crime Stoppers if you know anything.
A federal grand jury has returned an indictment charging 35-year-old Jason Alexander Logie of Wapato with second-degree murder.
Logie made his first appearance in federal court on Wednesday, and a detention hearing in this case happened Friday. The indictment alleges that on September 9th, Logie killed his victim on the Yakima Nation, and the allegations stem from a car crash that occurred that afternoon.
One individual was killed and another was injured after Logie, who allegedly was drinking, drove his vehicle across the center line and struck the victim's oncoming vehicle. Logie faces a sentence of up to life in prison and up to 5 years of supervised release.
In the University of Idaho student murders case, Brian Kohberger's attorneys want to see the death penalty taken off the table.
He's accused of killing Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin in late 2022. The defense argues the state has not made their case as to why Kohberger should be put to death if convicted.
In a motion filed this week, the defense says the aggravating factors that make someone eligible for the death penalty are too vague, adding that the prosecutor is given too much power in the case since he's the only one who can decide if the death penalty should be considered. The judge will hear arguments on this part of the case in November.
In Spokane County, the Freeman High School shooter was resentenced to 25 years to life in prison on Friday.
Caleb Sharp was 15 when he brought a gun to school and opened fire, killing one classmate and injuring 3 others. It was an emotional day in court for the victims' families. Marissa Rillo reports.
This nightmare will never be over.
A nightmare Amy Strahan has already had to live. Caleb Sharp remained still as his victim's mom spoke in front of a packed courtroom.
Thank goodness it was just the one, right? The one you took. It was mine.
This isn't the first time she's gone down this road. Sharp was originally sentenced to 40 years to life in prison back in 2022. But there was a state statute at the time of the shooting that everyone missed. That led to the Washington Court of Appeals writing in April that the original sentence was unconstitutional due to the age Sharp was at the time the crime was committed. So again, Strahan found herself testifying on behalf of her son.
The legal system has chewed us up and spit us out. The 7th anniversary is in 1 week, and we're still sitting in a courtroom.
Caleb Sharp spoke and said while serving his time, he's gotten his associate's degree and now leads a Bible study.
But I hope this list of achievements can make it clear that I have forever rejected the ways I walked when I was younger, and I will never again walk in these evil ways.
Sharp was ultimately resentenced to 25 years to life in prison and was escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs.
This means that it will be up to a parole board when Caleb Sharp is released.
The minimum time he will serve is 25 years in prison. He can still serve a maximum of life in prison.
The Freeman School District released a statement following Sharp's sentencing, reading in part, "Every time this case is reopened or another school shooting takes place, it takes us back to a place of trauma, distress, and reliving this nightmare. We only hope this is the last time our families have to be in a courthouse regarding this situation."
And the Confederated Tribes and Bands of the Yakama Nation has been awarded a $1 million grant through the U.S. Department of Justice Community Project Grants Program. This to address active gang and cartel-related drug activity and violent crime on the reservation.
The $1,028,000 awarded to the Confederated Tribes will be used by the Yakama Nation Public Safety Department to dedicate up to 4 officers to the local, county, and federal drug task forces, purchase equipment, provide detention space, and provide essential investigative resources.
The Ellensburg Police Department posted this picture to Facebook on Friday. This live mortar round was found buried in someone's yard while the owner was doing some digging.
The police department says the explosive ordnance disposal group came out from the Yakama Training Center and disabled and removed the mortar. Officers are reminding people that if they ever come across a questionable item, don't handle it or move it. Just call 911.
A new candidate has officially jumped into the race for Congress in District 4.
Her name is Teresa Board, and she lives in the Tri-Cities. She's running as a Democrat and a write-in. She announced the news last week and spoke to our Austin Reed on Friday.
I believe that I can be the best person for the job because although they're here for the politics or their positions, I am here to represent the people. Homelessness, drugs and alcohol. We need help with our children in our schools. We need safe measures put in place. We need help for Social Security. There are so many people living on Social Security and so many people fighting to get on it that are struggling. We need cost of living increases.
Boyd is running against incumbent Dan Newhouse and Jared Sessler, who are both Republicans. We'll hear more from Boyd on Tuesday after the presidential debate on Apple Valley News Now. Now, the Sturgeon Cove Playground at Howard Amon Park is in for a major transformation. Demolition and construction of the new playground structures begin today.
The new playground will have a cruise boat theme. It will be bigger and have improved ADA accessibility. Some of the highlights include a replica paddle wheel cruise ship inspired by those on the Columbia River, dueling zip lines, additional swings, sensory play equipment, and more.
Construction is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks to complete. And during construction, people are encouraged to use one of the other parks in Richland.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Boeing has reached a deal to avoid a 33,000-member strike. Union leaders saying it reaches their goals. We've got the details in your business headlines.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla? Yeah! Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it. Brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Teens have drama.
1 more minute.
Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
There are those who factor and those who don't. Nothing this good comes this easy.
Except Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals, ready in 2 minutes.
Off the clock? And you're relaxing in that old thing?
Come on, there's a little duct tape. It's good to go.
Well, right now, you can score amazing comfort that's built to last with savings up to 50% during the extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Or get 60 months no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Hi, I'm Catherine Fortner, and we just finished building this dream deck for one of our best customers, and we get everything we need from Par. With Shauna's help.
Everything from design to delivery.
Par, go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
DMs get really weird about that.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. You know, over the weekend, if you stepped outside, you probably noticed it's pretty hazy out there. Probably some of the haziest skies we've had since early to mid-July. And it's still going to look like that for this morning. You see this beige color, which represents some light to moderately thick smoke out there. And so, you know, we do have some of that for this morning. Now let's show you what happens to all this a little bit later in the day. Winds start to pick up out of the west, and by 5 p.m., we start to get some partial clearing in portions of the Yakima Valley, also in some portions of the Kittitas Valley, although that's going to be a bit of a harder sell, just given we do have the Blewett fire, and there's another pretty small fire up here that could produce some smoke drifting down into the Kittitas Valley. Then by midnight, looks like even portions of the lower Columbia Basin could start to get some better air quality, and that is going to continue as we head into tomorrow. 12 p.m. tomorrow. I'm not saying it's going to be crystal clear blue skies out there, but the air quality is definitely going to look a lot better, and the skies are going to look a lot clearer as opposed to what we had for this weekend. So that is the bottom line. Okay, here's today's coatcast for the Tri-Cities. Maybe you would want a very light jacket for this morning. Very light, but a little bit later today, we're going to have more t-shirt weather. We're still going to be about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year, but thankfully we have moved past the peak of this heat wave. And as we head into midweek, temperatures go down, rain chances go way up. I'll show you finally some more fall-like weather, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your business headlines this morning, Boeing and the Machinists Union has reached a deal in order to avoid a 33,000-member strike. Union leaders are praising the tentative agreement, saying it achieves their goals. Boeing says the agreement provides raises totaling 25% over the 4-year life of the contract. It also provides improved contributions to 401k plans and reduced employee contributions for health insurance and also more time off. Rank and file union members who build commercial jets still need to approve the deal. Now to a recall alert, carmaker Stellantis is recalling more than 1.2 million Ram vehicles due to issues with their brake systems. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the Ram 1500s have a software malfunction in the anti-lock brake system. The cars affected range from 2019 to 2024, and Stellantis says it does not know of any injuries or accidents affected by the recall. Drivers can take their vehicle to a dealer to fix the issue free of charge. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, daily aspirin has been previously recommended as a primary method in preventing cardiovascular disease in older adults, but we're learning these guidelines have now changed. We have the details coming up in your health headlines.
I got sandwiched between two trucks and trailers.
The insurance company tried to trick Michael.
The worst part was they hired a private investigator to stalk me for 2 years.
But he knew my number, 853-2222.
He taught him a lesson. We both taught him a lesson.
I made the insurance company pay.
He got me 5 times more than what I expected. This law firm is the best in Yakima, period.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome to the Drive Like a Pro League. Today we've got Kevin facing off against his Thursday commute. Let's see if he can bring that safety A game. He's off. He makes room for a cyclist, and he's already got pedestrians up ahead. He gets the stop. Incredible. Let's take another look at that. Kevin showing excellent technique. As soon as he approaches the crosswalk, he applies that inside brake pressure. The crowd can't believe it. Be like Kevin. Drive like a pro.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we are having our summertime sales event. Discover our wide variety of buildings, including custom-build options to fit your unique needs. From now until the end of the month, get 20% off all our in-stock inventory. That's right. We offer free and fast delivery, and we're committed to unbeatable quality and service. Come visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds in West Richland and Sunnyside for the best deals of the season.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Welcome to the unpredictable, the unforgettable. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
Jason, seriously?
The Jets battle the 49ers.
Don't give a rat's behind. That's below.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
It's the premiere of Judy Justice, today at 3, followed by news and Monday Night Football, only on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We finally have some more daylight out there, so now we can show you some of the haze up in the sky. And yeah, okay, now we've established that it is hazy out there. We'll continue to have haze for the rest of today, although it will start to clear out into the late afternoon, early evening, and we'll see some more benefits from that as we head into the next couple of days. Okay, right now temperatures spanning from the 50s to the low 70s, much cooler in the Yakima Valley as opposed to in the Tri-Cities where we're sitting in the low 70s. And a little bit later today, we're going to be about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year, 80s and 90s. Hazy sunshine, and also it'll be a bit breezy out there with winds gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour, specifically for the Kittitas Valley, for the basin, and for the foothills. And then for tonight, the winds will calm down for the most part, although they could still gust upwards of 25 miles per hour up in the Kittitas Valley. Other than that, again, we do have some partial clearing of the haze and smoke specifically for the Yakima Valley, also for parts of the lower Columbia Basin. Temperatures tonight dropping down into the 50s and 60s, so pretty comfortable stuff. I want to show you futurecast for tomorrow. There will be plenty of clouds out there. It's going to be pretty dry, though, up until we start to get into the mid to late evening. That's when we'll see the arrival of this next storm system, definitely becoming much more widespread into Wednesday. So shower chances going way up for the day on Wednesday, and then we could have some lingering showers into Thursday, and then some small shower chances into Saturday and Sunday. It's definitely not going to be a washout for this weekend, but back to this right here. Later in the show, we'll give you a zone-by-zone breakdown of the shower and thunderstorm chances. But this is going to coincide. Here's the good stuff right here. It's going to coincide with temperatures dropping way down. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, so finally some fall-like weather. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, cooling off over the next couple of days and then finally feeling like fall by Wednesday and Thursday. with some decent shower chances. Then for Yakima, about a 50-50 shot of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, but a very nice stretch of fall weather after that as we head into the weekend. Then for Ellensburg, cooler and wetter by Wednesday, otherwise a pretty breezy week ahead of us. And then for Hermiston, hot and hazy for today, improving air quality on Tuesday, much cooler with some tangible shower chances on Wednesday and Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, cooler but still dry for Tuesday. Shower and thunderstorm chances return for Wednesday and Thursday, but drying out again with some crisp weather for Friday and Saturday.
Thank you, Josh. A new study finds older adults without heart problems or prior stroke are continuing to take aspirin for heart disease and stroke prevention despite possible risks. ABC's Melissa Adon has more.
Aspirin is a well-known medication available both over-the-counter and as a prescription. People often use non-prescription aspirin for pain relief and fever reduction. Daily aspirin was previously recommended as a primary prevention method to help prevent cardiovascular disease in older adults, but these guidelines have shifted. A new study from the Annals of Internal Medicine has found that aspirin use remains high in older adults without any heart problems or prior stroke. In 2021, 18.5 million adults aged 60 or older without heart disease or stroke were taking aspirin, and almost 1 in 20 were taking it without medical advice. Daily aspirin is no longer advised as a primary prevention method for cardiovascular disease, but some people may benefit from taking aspirin as a secondary prevention method. New guidelines suggest older patients should consult with their healthcare provider about the risks and benefits of taking aspirin. With this Medical Minute, I'm Melissa Adon.
In the first week of a polio vaccination campaign in Gaza, about 69% of children under the age of 10 received their first dose of the vaccine. This is according to the Palestinian Health Ministry in Ramallah. The United Nations says the next and final phase of the polio vaccination campaign in Gaza will aim to reach 150,000 children over 3 days, beginning today. The campaign began in central Gaza and then moved to the south, where UNICEF reported that 161,000 children were reached on Thursday alone. More than 500 vaccination teams were deployed in southern Gaza, including more than 380 mobile teams. The World Health Organization delivered 14 metric tons of medical supplies and equipment to the Democratic Republic of Congo on Saturday. That is according to the WHO's Regional Director for Africa. The supplies delivered from Kenya are to support the Mpox outbreak response. The WHO says they would help provide care to almost 17,000 people. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Lincoln Park is returning to music, and they've announced a new singer and new music. We've got the details coming up in your entertainment headlines. And as we go to break, we're listening.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less. That's ironic. Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
Whether your way home is a loud symphony of chaos you wish you could get out of your head, a museum of messes not even the greatest of scientific minds could explain, or somehow there just isn't enough time no matter how early you leave.
So, what do you think?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
We're here to help you find the vehicle that's perfect for you.
Find your way home in a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
Welcome to Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Our state-of-the-art surgery center features Da Vinci and Mako robotics. We offer top-of-the-line imaging with the newest CT, MRI, and mammography scans. Whether you're here for a routine checkup, a complicated surgery, or to visit a loved one, we're here to help guide you through each and every door along your healthcare journey. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first. Always.
The Jets battle the 49ers, followed by a special Apple Valley News Now primetime.
Welcome back, everyone. In your entertainment news now, Linkin Park is back with new material and a new face or faces.
Yes, well, Emily Armstrong has joined as a co-vocalist, and Colin Britton has come aboard as a drummer. The group announced a new album called From Zero, which is scheduled to come out on November 15th.
Linkin Park's last release came out in 2017, 2 months before the death of lead singer Chester Bennington. The band is also hitting the road with a 6-date arena tour starting next week.
Among the cities on the tour, New York, London, and Los Angeles. And I had a chance to, I think I saw a video of her singing. So I
haven't heard her yet.
It's
so
really different because they had like a male vocalist for so long. So it sounds like a different band, but I'm excited. I mean, grew up on Linkin Park, so great music. So hopefully they'll have some new songs.
Rest in peace to Chester.
Yes, rest in peace
definitely.
to Chester.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, Visit Tri-Cities and WSU Tri-Cities are partnering up to help enhance professional growth. We have an in-depth look at the program they're aiming to do this through.
Also an update on whether classes will resume at Appalachia High School, the Georgia school that was the scene of a mass school shooting last week. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with those stories and more.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Hi, I'm Scott McGilvery. I know what bath remodels should cost because I've done hundreds of them. I use Bathfitter in my investment properties because I know it'll be worth every penny and then some. After 40 years and over 2 million baths, they're accountable for everything from design to manufacturing to installation, all backed by a lifetime warranty. If you want a bath remodel you can trust with your money, it just fits. Bathfitter. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
When Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather forecasted weekend thunderstorms,
we're going to see some heavy showers,
especially in Yakima and Kittitas County.
Viewers told us that their phone weather apps didn't mention them.
Weather apps show no rain or thunderstorms in Sunnyside, Yakima area.
The weather app says nothing but sunshine. Who do I listen to?
That Saturday was one of the biggest days of thunderstorms we've seen in recent memory. Trust the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather team to get it right. Unlike weather apps, we're local and on your side.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, guys, the national day for today is Wonderful Weirdos Day. There are a bunch of other things, but that one caught my eye because
I want to know what makes someone a wonderful weirdo.
I guess it's anything that makes them strange or different or totally cool, you know?
But in a good way.
In a good way. Like, you're a weather nerd, you know? Wonderful weirdo.
Liking weather. Because I liked weather when I was 5 years old. That's weird.
That's weird. It's not weird.
It's weird. But it's good. We're embracing it.
It's a good thing, yes.
Oh. I don't know. I think I have a weird sense of humor sometimes. What about you, Jill? Anything weird about you?
There's so many weird things about me. I'm just awkward in general.
There's nothing weird about that.
Weird anything in the weather?
The way our pattern is going to switch up, I don't think it's necessarily weird. I just think it's overdue. We have really been jonesing for some fall-like weather, and we're finally going to get it for this week. Now, for this morning, it doesn't look like fall out there at all. It is very hazy. You're taking this live look at Yakima, courtesy of Bimart. Kind of makes the sunrise look interesting as the smoke and all the particulates up in the sky are sort of scattering around the light. Temperatures this morning are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, low 70s in the Tri-Cities, so perhaps you would need like the lightest jacket in your closet. A little bit later today, we're going to be about 10 degrees above average still, so we'll either be in the 80s or 90s. Still haze up in the sky, although the haze will be dwindling, especially as we head into the late afternoon to early evening. We'll have improved air quality into tomorrow, and then air quality gets even better as rain chances go way up for Wednesday. I'll have a zone-by-zone breakdown of the shower, even some thunderstorm chances. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour in developing news across America, it is still unclear when classes will resume at the Georgia high school that was the scene of a deadly mass shooting last week.
The principal at Appalachia High School sent a letter to parents and students yesterday saying school leaders are determining next steps for students and staff. Students will be allowed to retrieve their belongings this afternoon, but the school is trying to figure out the best way forward. A teenage gunman allegedly opened fire in the school last Wednesday.
2 teachers and 2 students died and 9 others suffered injuries. The suspect and his father are both facing murder charges. Now to southeastern Kentucky, where officials say people need to remain vigilant. They say a shooting suspect could be on the run there and he might be armed and dangerous.
They're suggesting taking steps like locking doors and monitoring security cameras. The warning is especially for people near I-75 exit 49. Officials allege that's where 32-year-old Joseph A. Couch shot into 12 vehicles passing by on Saturday, injuring 5 people.
Several school districts in that area are asking students to stay home today. Officials say it's hard to search in the area's rough terrain.
In Oregon, a makeshift memorial has been growing outside the Beaverton apartment building where a murdered woman lived. 32-year-old Melissa Jubain was reported missing last Wednesday when she didn't show up to her shift at Providence St. Vincent in southwest Portland.
Around 3 a.m. on Saturday, Beaverton police announced they had found Jubain's remains. Her neighbor, 27-year-old Bryce Schubert, has been arrested, accused of her murder. Schubert is facing second-degree murder charges.
Turning to Pasco now, 7 airports across the state of Washington are getting over $48 million to go towards improvement plans, and the Tri-Cities Airport is one of them.
Yesterday, Senator Maria Cantwell announced this funding through the Airport Improvement Program. PSC will receive over $12 million. This to fund the shifting of the airport's taxiway D and runway 1230 to the northwest to bring both up to the current standards. Senator Cantwell says Central Washington and the Tri-Cities Airport is important in the state's economic growth and innovation.
She also says with record travel last year, this funding will, quote, help improve safety and runway infrastructure resiliency to keep pace with demand and future growth.
Visit Tri-Cities and WSU Tri-Cities are partnering to offer workforce training scholarships.
These benefit employers by enhancing professional growth and teaching new skill sets in a workforce landscape. These scholarships for the WSU Tri-Cities programs are available for residents of Pasco and Richland or people who own or are employed by a Pasco or Richland-based business. The programming through the Cougar Tracks courses are online and on demand.
As a land-grant university, it is our mission to support the local population with educational solutions, programming that is credit and non-credit. So we're really providing the pathway for the region to advance professionally and to also increase economic growth and sustainability with our partners.
16 Grace Kitchen clients have gone through the Cultivating Service Excellence Certificate program to find out about the difference it made for their customer service. Check out the story on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, in case you missed it, Boeing Starliner spacecraft has officially returned to Earth, and we have the story.
But first, locally, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culberth will have our temperatures and how they're looking. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
The Jets battle the 49ers, followed by a special Apple Valley News Now primetime.
Fall is in the air, and that means getting back to school, putting outdoor toys away, and getting ready for winter sports. However, if an accident left you sidelined this summer, you should call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now. Healthy, clear-looking skin is always on trend, but as we age, our texture and tone can change. Meet Curve Appeal's Photo Fabulous, an optimally tailored treatment that addresses the early signs of aging and provides noticeable results for pigmentation, age or sunspots, fine lines, and overall skin appearance. Book a consultation today to get camera ready and save up to $750 with the September special. Visit CurveAppealTC.com to get started.
Bad sleep.
No, the worst.
You know, there's really no excuse for bad sleep.
During the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress.
Right now, the more you buy, the more you save.
Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.
Take up to $100 off our Doctor's Choice Original lineup and up to $200 off our Doctor's Choice Hybrid lineup.
Check out the Summit, just $299.99.
Or get 60 months, no interest, and free shipping.
Hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Happy September. Enjoy our Indian summer and back to school. Remember, going 35 in a 20-mile-an-hour school zone doubles your stopping distance.
Call 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest the most watched local morning news program in our area. What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now on your side.
Next Live with Kelly and Mark, Ryan Seacrest and Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune.
It's such a great show. We wouldn't be here without you for 40 years, so thank you all.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culberth.
You know, over the weekend, we had a pretty dangerous fire weather setup in that we had lightning over very dry fuels. It looks like that didn't pan out. We'll watch very closely for holdover fires for today, though. And if those do come to fruition, they could thrive in this environment as it's going to be very dry for today. Here's today's vegetation dryness. Remember, the 100th percentile would be the driest vegetation on record for this region. So we're going to be into the 86th percentile for the upper and lower Yakima, or in other words, for Kittitas and Yakima counties. Also, it's going to be pretty breezy today for the Kittitas Valley, so fires could spread pretty rapidly. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, also breezy. Also, the vegetation dryness is going to be into the 80s, the 83rd percentile. And then for the Blue Mountains, into the 89th percentile. Now, thankfully, we don't have any breezes in the Blue Mountains for today. But this is where we had the lightning yesterday. So this environment is pretty favorable for holdover fires. So we'll watch that very closely. Here's the good news, though. These fires are going to face an uphill battle as shower chances go way up into Wednesday, spanning anywhere between 40 to 70%. And there could be some lightning embedded within this, but I think rain is going to be the main threat. And I know this says for Wednesday, but we could see the arrival of some of this into Tuesday evening. And for sort of that Tuesday to early Thursday time frame, here's some of the water totals we're expecting. Maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch for mountains, but in between the mountain ranges, probably less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. But what's going to come along with all of this will be some much cooler weather. I'll tell you just how cool coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, our neighbors on the west side are dealing with high temperatures fueling wildfires.
A wildfire is burning in Northern California and is forcing some residents to have to evacuate their homes. On Sunday, firefighters had their hands full trying to contain the fire in Clear Lake, located north of San Francisco. Authorities say the fire has burned 76 acres so far, and the flames have damaged at least 30 structures.
That has prompted CAL FIRE to evacuate residents in a number of neighborhoods. It's unclear how the fire started or when firefighters might get it under control.
In case you missed this, Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, nicknamed Calypso, returned to Earth close to midnight Saturday morning.
According to NASA, 3 large parachutes and airbags made it safely back to the desert floor in New Mexico. However, the Starliner capsule descended back to Earth with an empty cabin. A thruster problem and helium leaks caused issues before the capsule was able to be released from the International Space Station.
The result, 2 test pilots will have to remain at the ISS for another 5 to 6 months. Starliner is the first U.S.-made capsule to parachute to a landing on the ground rather than a splash down in the ocean. A Miami police officer is on administrative leave after detaining Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill. We have the details coming up in your morning sprint.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast. Is it going to be another hot week? He'll let you know in just a few minutes.
Back by popular demand, it's Steve Hun Kia's 2 for $222, but only while supplies last during the summer clearance sale. If Steve Hun Kia can sell 2 new Kias for $222, imagine what you'll save on all-wheel drive SUVs, but only at SteveHunKia.com.
Save through Monday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Save $7 on Fruit of the Loom hooded sweatshirts. Hot priced at just $11.99. Mobil 1 5-quart high-mileage synthetic oil is just $24.99. Papa Nicholas Coffee 80-count single-serve cups are $7 off. Plus save on Planters cashews and deluxe mixed nuts. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save through Monday with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Hey there, are you ready to quackercise? It's the best exercise to get ready for the duck race. I know you guys are ready. Are you? It's coming September 14th. Don't miss your chance to win big at the Mid-Columbia Duck Race. The grand prize is a 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross, plus other fantastic prizes. Support your community, lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep the tradition alive. The Mid-Columbia Duck Race, presented by Toyota and Audubon Auto Care Center.
Mom.
Soccer is my life. I've been playing for as long as I can remember. Scoring goals, hanging with my friends, the travels, it's really fun. Before hitting the field, there's this tradition I have, grabbing snacks. Pre-game feel, you know? Whether it's gearing up for an away game or it's a quick stop, my Hapo debit card is always with me. Just like my teammates trust me on the field, my mom trusts me to make smart choices off the field. Where do you, credit union?
Welcome to the unpredictable, the unforgettable. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
Jason, seriously?
The Jets battle the 49ers.
They both want to be your next president. Now Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, face to face. The ABC News presidential debate, moderated by David Muir and Lindsay Davis. Tuesday live on ABC and streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
Backed by popular demand, it's Steve Hun Kia's 2 for $222, but only while supplies last during the summer clearance sale. If Steve Hun Kia can sell 2 new Kias for $222, imagine what you'll save on all-wheel drive SUVs, but only at SteveHunsKia.com.
Your voice, your vote, Tuesday after the debate on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart, and it is pretty hazy out there for this morning. We'll continue to see hazy conditions later today, but there will be some much better air quality into the late afternoon to early evening, and especially into Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now temperatures are either in the 50s, 60s, or 70s, just kind of depending on your microclimate. Much cooler in Yakima as opposed to the Tri-Cities, also pretty mild / warm in the foothills of the Blues. But a little bit later today, pretty much all of us are going to be about 10 degrees above average, so either in the 80s or 90s. Again, we'll have hazy sunshine out there, and it will be a bit breezy, specifically for the Kittitas Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, also for the Blue Foothills, gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Now, for tonight, winds are going to calm down for the basin and for the foothills, but they could still gust upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. We'll start to see some partial clearing of the haze from the Yakima Valley, also into the lower Columbia Basin. Overnight lows dropping down into the 50s and 60s. Okay, futurecast for tomorrow. It's going to look pretty dry for most of the day, but then as we start to head into the mid to late evening, that's when we could maybe see some showers starting to pop up in Yakima or Kittitas counties. This will definitely become much more widespread into the day on Wednesday. So Wednesday, looking at some pretty decent shower and thunderstorm chances lingering in a Thursday, and then just some tiny little shower chances for Saturday and Sunday. And as shower chances go up, temperatures go way down into the mid 70s, mid to upper 70s in the Tri-Cities. So feeling pretty fall-like, and finally will be below average for a change. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, cooling off over the next couple of days, and then feeling like fall by Wednesday and Thursday with some decent shower chances. Then for Yakima, about a 50-50 shot of showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, and then a very nice stretch of fall weather after that heading into the weekend. For Ellensburg, cooler and wetter by Wednesday, otherwise a pretty breezy week ahead of us. Then for Hermiston, hot and hazy for today, and improving air quality on Tuesday, and then much cooler with some tangible shower chances on Wednesday and Thursday. Then for Walla Walla, cooler but still dry for Tuesday. Shower and thunderstorm chances return for Wednesday and Thursday, and then drying out again with some crisp weather for Friday and Saturday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, caught on camera, NFL superstar Tyreek Hill pulled over by Miami-Dade police just hours before kickoff. Handcuffed and held face down on the ground by police outside Hard Rock Stadium, at one point an officer suddenly taking Hill to the ground. Authorities now investigating the incident. One of those officers placed on administrative leave.
I'm still trying to put it all together, so I'm not going to give you a version that I still don't know what happened.
And on the field, Hill did not disappoint, scoring an electric 80-yard touchdown. Nodding to the incident, celebrating with his hands behind his back. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest reaction and fallout live from Florida. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. When you can breathe better, what isn't better? This is better. This is better. That's better. And that. Even this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. That's pretty good. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And doesn't that make things better? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change your stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:49. It's time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint, and we're going to start off in your national headlines. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will have to face off for the first time in tomorrow's debate.
This comes less than 2 months after President Joe Biden ended his re-election campaign and endorsed Harris to replace him as the Democratic Party's nominee. You can catch the debate right here on ABC and Apple Valley News Now at 6 p.m.
In your business headlines, JP Morgan Chase is cracking down after an illegal TikTok trend went viral. Viral videos showed people depositing checks they wrote to themselves for large amounts of money, then withdrawing a smaller but substantial amount of cash before the checks bounced.
Social media made it sound like it was a bug and the money was free, but Chase said it's check fraud, and those who did it could be prosecuted. The financial institution is investigating how many people were involved and how much money was illegally taken out.
People have another shot at trying to capture the Mega Millions prize tomorrow. The jackpot now stands at $800 million after no one picked the correct numbers during Friday's drawing.
This will be the game's 7th largest jackpot. The odds of winning, 1 in 302 million.
In your health headlines, about 69% of children under the age of 10 received their first dose of a polio vaccine in Gaza. That's according to the Palestinian Health Ministry.
The United Nations says the next and final phase of the polio vaccination campaign will aim to reach 150,000 children over 3 days beginning today. The campaign began in central Gaza and then moved to the south, where UNICEF reported that 161,000 children were reached on Thursday alone.
The World Health Organization delivered 14 metric tons of medical supplies and equipment to the Democratic Republic of Congo on Saturday.
The supplies delivered from Kenya are to support the Mpox outbreak response. The WHO says they would help provide care to almost 17,000 people.
The CDC is recalling some eggs that have been linked to a salmonella outbreak. The CDC says at least 65 people in 9 states have gotten sick from the same strain of salmonella, with 24 people hospitalized. The recalled eggs were supplied by Milo's Poultry Farms.
They were shipped to stores and restaurants in Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin, but the FDA says they may have been sent other places. The eggs are labeled with Milo's Poultry Farm or Tony's Fresh Market, and all egg types, sizes, and expiration dates are included in the recall.
In your sports headlines, the Seahawks took on the Denver Broncos in their first game of the NFL season yesterday, and they won. Although the Seahawks were in their throwback jerseys, it's a brand new era for Seattle.
That includes a new head coach and a new offensive coordinator. It took the first half for Seattle to find its rhythm, but some halftime adjustments made for a successful home opener. The final score out of Seattle was 26-20.
Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill was detained by police ahead of yesterday's season opener game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tyreek's agents said the player received a ticket for a moving violation, but doesn't know why he ended up in handcuffs on the ground.
He was soon released, but the agent said the incident left him rattled. Miami police say the officer involved in the arrest will be reassigned to administrative duties while an internal investigation is conducted. Now, here are the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Authorities are still searching for a Yakima man suspected in the shooting death of a woman in Wapato. Deputies with the Yakima County Sheriff's Office were called to the 100 block of Mellis Road Friday morning for a report of domestic violence and gunshots. A woman was found with gunshot wounds and she died of her injuries. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect, 45-year-old Gianni Philip Alamo, is considered dangerous.
The Confederated Tribes of the Yakama Nation has been awarded a $1 million grant through the U.S. Department of Justice's Community Projects Grant Program. The money will be used by the Yakama Nation Public Safety Department to dedicate up to 4 officers to the local, county, and federal drug task forces, also to purchase equipment, provide detention space, and provide essential investigative resources.
Visit Tri-Cities and WSU Tri-Cities are partnering to offer workforce training scholarships. These benefit employers by enhancing professional growth and teaching new skill sets in a workforce landscape. The scholarships for the WSU Tri-Cities programs are available for residents of Pasco and Richland or people who own or are employed by a Pasco or Richland-based business. The programming through the Cougar Tracks courses is online and on demand.
PSC is among 7 airports receiving funding through the Airport Improvement Program. Senator Maria Cantwell made the announcement yesterday. PSC will receive over $12 million to fund the shifting of the airport's taxiway D and runway 1230 to the northwest to bring both up to the current standards. And Cantwell says Central Washington and the Tri-Cities Airport is important in the state's economic growth and innovation.
Construction begins today on a major upgrade for the Sturgeon Cove Playground at Howard Amon Park. The new playground will have a cruise boat theme. It will be bigger and have improved ADA accessibility. Construction is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks to complete. The park will be closed during construction, and people are encouraged to use one of the other parks in Richland. Check this out. An albino Burmese python, who's currently 13 feet long, was recently surrendered by her owner, and she now has a new home.
The snake, whose name is Mango, is now at the Fort Rickey Discovery Zoo in New York. Also, the python Mango is still growing. She has the potential to be up to 17 feet long.
Yeah, last month the zoo received an email about the reptile being kept at a home. The well-cared-for python was soon seized from its willing owner.
An interesting fact about Mango, she was born with the same amount of scales she'll die with, so she won't grow more scales as she gets older. The ones she has will just grow larger.
I keep thinking about Britney Spears with the python in the music
Me
video.
too.
Well, another trending story. So it's official. Rapper Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show.
Lamar, who has 17 Grammy Awards and a Pulitzer Prize, and Lamar announced the news yesterday on his social media pages.
Yeah, the NFL also announced the news. Super Bowl 59 is set to be played at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans Sunday, February 9th.
And you know, I think we should just thank Drake for that, for letting you know. I'm kind of kidding.
I think Kendrick had plenty of name recognition before his beef.
He did. You know, he's a very talented artist, you know, but
who I feel
he was a little quiet this year up until that.
Because you're referencing the beef between Drake and
who I feel the
Lamar.
worst for? Lil Wayne. That's in his backyard in New Orleans.
I know. I think he should. Hopefully he can bring more artists.
We can agree on that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those temperatures for this morning. 50s, 60s, and even some 70s. Now, low 70s in Hermiston as opposed to Tri-Cities. A little bit later today, we're going to be up into the 80s and 90s. Still about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Plenty of haze up in the sky. And then late Tuesday through early Thursday, specifically for Wednesday, we do have some shower and thunderstorm chances spanning between 40 to 70%. That's going to coincide with some much cooler, much more fall-like weather as we head into the weekend.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight. Have a great day.